to do a quick review of this book here, The Folklore of Wales Ghosts by Dr. Delyth Badder and Mark Norman. And as you might be able to tell by that piece of text there, this is a review copy. But what follows is my honest review. Basically, this particular book is a survey of different types of ghosts that appear in Welsh folklore, and it is divided up into different types. So we have the poltergeist, we have the spectral beast, we have the white lady or laddie wen, we have all kinds of things like that divided up into these different chapters. So there's one on death omens and so on as well. And one of the advantages of the way that they've approached the book is they've not just included your typical sources which most people would be drawn from. They've also included sources from Welsh speaking sources as well. So some of these are sources that have never actually been translated before. Some of them have only ever appeared in Welsh. Some of them have been mistranslated, shall we say. And one of the advantages with the book is where they use them, they quote from them in Welsh and then the English translation underneath. So if you're a Welsh speaker, you'll really love this book because obviously so much of it is actually in Welsh. If you're an English speaker, then obviously you can read the English translations, but seeing it alongside the Welsh, I think gives you a good reminder that Wales is its own culture. And I know that sounds like a little bit of a patronising thing to say, but what I mean by that is there is a context behind a lot of this stuff, which explains why Welsh ghost stories are somewhat different in some ways from the English or Scottish equivalents. And in some cases there aren't any equivalents, and that's what makes it so unique. And I really like the way that they've approached a lot of these different stories by including a little bit of context around them, and also including the introductory chapter which kind of explains some of the drawbacks of the way that people have approached Welsh folklore up until this point, and also the reason why you should look at it in the way that they have. It's really readable, it's really accessible, so even though it is sort of kind of, I guess it will be really useful to folklore academics, because in a lot of cases these kind of sources people won't really have had access to before. But at the same time, if you're just interested in folklore, if you're particularly interested in Welsh folklore, if you love ghosts as I do, then this is a really, really interesting book. And I think one of the things that I really like about it is the fact that it includes all of these really interesting stories from all around Wales. The region is always specified. I mean, I've been to a couple of the different regions of Wales, so it's quite nice to be able to mentally go, oh yes, I know where that is. And it just helps to remind us that there are regional variations to Welsh folklore, in the same way that there's regional variations to folklore pretty much everywhere else, because things are a product of their time and place. So anyway, I highly recommend it. As I say, if you do like folklore, if you like Welsh folklore, and if you like ghosts, this is really up your street, and I hope that you go out and grab a copy and give it a read. Cheerio.